I might be a normie when it comes to gaming, but I know a victory when I see one. And the gaming community got a huge victory against one of the largest media corporations in the world, Sony. 'Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute, going for a ride down the side. Hi everyone, my name is Jacob Airy. Welcome to the StudioJake vidcast where I talk about all things pop culture. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring that little bell so you get notifications. And of course, if you'd like to support the channel, you can by going to my locals page. The link is in the description. It's true. All of it. The gaming community should pat itself on the back for the stabbing success of victory when it comes to Sony. So, for those of you unfamiliar, Helldivers 2 was a very anticipated game that was coming out. People were looking forward to it after the success of the first one. However, Sony decided to undercut PC gamers by saying on the Steam account you couldn't play Helldivers 2 unless you linked it to your PlayStation account, which, by the way, a lot of PC gamers, not all, but a lot of them, don't have a PlayStation account. Why? Because they use their PC. Sony chose to ignore this and decided to force PC players to get one in order to play Helldivers 2, and that didn't go over well with the gaming community. If there's one thing that anyone needs to learn, whether it be the media, especially the gaming journos, anyone in between needs to learn, you don't mess with gamers. It's not a good idea. Remember, Feminist Frequency went bankrupt. They scored victories against Sweet Baby Inc. And now Sony, a mega corporation, is now seeing the effects of trying to take on the gaming community. So this is according to Bounding into Comics. They said, major orders completed Helldivers following an outpouring of criticism from aggrieved players unhappy with the proposed move. Sony has officially backpedaled on their plans to require PC players to link their Steam accounts to the PlayStation Network in order to play Helldivers 2. As previously reported, this invasive requirement was first announced on May 2nd, courtesy of an official post made by the game's publisher Sony to the game's official Steam page. And they go through the statement, which you can go to boundingintocomics.com and see for yourself. And then they continue. Unsurprisingly, this news went over extremely poor with the game's player base, as not only was the mandatory creation of a PSN account viewed as inconvenient, unnecessary, and unsafe. Since 2011, Sony has suffered 7 major hacks, each of which resulted in the offenders gaining personal, employee, and customer information. But this new requirement also meant that despite being sold within their borders, Helldivers 2 would be rendered unplayable in the 93% of countries where PSN is not available, including significant markets such as Egypt, Vietnam, the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and Venezuela. Hit with such a blatant insult to their consumer rights, players soon attempted to resolve the situation by reaching out to the game's community managers. However, after being hit with a "do you not have phones" level response from a CM known as Spitz, as seen below, and realizing that official channels would offer no help in the matter, players soon took to voicing their discontent via the only avenue they had left: review bombing. Taking to the game's Steam page, hundreds and thousands of unhappy players proceeded to hit the game with negative feedback, and doing so impressively managing to turn its overwhelmingly positive review average into little more than a smoldering wasteland of red thumbs down icons and anti-Sony sentiment. Further compounding the backlash was an influx of customer refund requests, all of which cited either the game's soon-to-be unavailability in their country or Sony's unethical decision to sell the game in these territories, despite knowing that the impending requirement change would render their copies unplayable as the reason for their filing, many of which Steam reportedly granted even if the relevant player already played the game for more than the game's maximum refund window time of 2 hours. That's kind of low. Faced with mounting pressure from fans, and in a result that even the most optimistic of the review bombing campaign's proponents would admit they had little believe would actually come to fruition, Sony backed down. Taking to the official PlayStation Twitter account on May 5th, the company declared, "Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update, the May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network Account linking for new players and for current players beginning May 30th will not be moving forward. We're still learning that what is best for PC players, and your feedback has been invaluable, they asserted. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. All right, so I want you to go to boundingintocomics.com and read the statement if you'd like, and also read the article. It goes into a lot more detail, but I want you to read the whole thing there. So I just would like to say, good job, gamers. We do not have to put up with the bullying. I say multiple times on this channel, we do not owe any media company, whether they be a movie company, a television studio, a video game developer, we do not owe them the benefit of the doubt. We don't. And if we want to turn the tide, this is how we do it. We vote with our wallets and with our statements online. That is how so many amazing games or television shows or movies got ruined. It was because of the social media mob that had gone woke. We can fight back. I applaud the gamers on doing this. This is fantastic. I think that Sony hopefully will learn their lesson. I don't know. Sony has kind of morphed into a woke company. Before, they were kind of teetering on the edge. They would flirt with it a little bit, but they have recently gone all in on the DEI, didn't earn it sort of stance, and it's so sad to see. And this was a blatant attack on consumer rights. People who didn't want to play it on a Sony wavelength ended up getting it on the PC, and then Sony said, oh yeah, it was nothing more than a greedy attempt to milk us, like what streaming services are doing. Oh, if you just buy this tier, ads will go away. Oh, if you just buy this, this will go away. Oh, we have 2 other apps. If you do this, we'll do that. Oh, no password sharing. We know that you have the full length of requirements that you can, have multiple screens. We don't care about that. We're going to punish you for password sharing, even though you pay for this service and should be allowed to share it however you want. It's absolutely despicable and disgusting. And good for the gamers for stopping this attempt on their consumer rights. Now, consumers aren't always right. I'll be the first to admit that I've been an incorrect consumer. But in this case, it was the right thing to do, and good for the gamers. You do not have to take any crap. Now, as I said at the beginning, I am a total normie when it comes to gaming. I love playing video games, but I see it as more of a hobby, a way to relax. When I'm playing Destiny 2 or PUBG or my Sonic the Hedgehog games, I am not into it. Hence why I do my reviews. When I review video games, I call them a normie reviews, because I am a normie when it comes to that. But as someone who loves things like Batman, like the Avengers, like Star Wars, like anime now even, I can see what it means when a nefarious actor comes into something that I enjoy, a fandom that I like. And I used to be against gatekeeping, but now that's something I've changed my mind on. You have to gatekeep to keep these fake fans out, these fake gamers who want to come in and they read the Wikipedia page and maybe they played the beta and they watch the gameplay trailer, so they think they know more than you, and they finger wag and they point, and it's all just noise. You do not have to take it. You do not owe these companies the benefit of the doubt. You don't owe Disney, Sony, Amazon MGM, Warner Brothers Discovery, Skydance. You do not owe any of them the benefit of the doubt. Keep working hard. Do not bend the knee, and keep fighting, because when we all rally together, things can happen. It might be slower for some of the more wealthier companies, but we can win. We can tackle it. Keep up the good work and continue to show that you will not break under the woke DEI nonsense.
'Cause I've been living life